issue so much. I'd like to acknowledge that we're on the traditional territory of the Tla'amin people. And I'd also like to acknowledge that there's a lot of anger in this room, and that anger may be justified, or it may not. We just don't know enough yet. So today I'm hoping we'll focus that anger and get the results that we want. An explanation for Powell River's very high gas prices, both historically and currently, and more importantly, lower gas prices.
Over here.
Powell River has the highest unexplained gas prices in Canada. For several months this year, the pumps hovered at $1.59.9 for regular unleaded. That's 25 cents higher per litre than across the water. The difference costs many Powell River families more than $100 per month, including mine. The format for the meeting is, I'm going to talk for about 3 minutes, then we'll hear from MP Rachel Blaney, MLA Nick Simons, and former Powell River Mayor and Regional District Chair Colin Palmer, and then it's over to you. My name is Pieta Woolley, and I edit Powell River Living Magazine. For both the October and November issues of Powell River Living, I did my best to find out why Powell River gas prices are so high. Ultimately, because all the players are private businesses, none of them is forced to reveal how much they're making on our gas. Not the gas stations, not the importers, and not the transportation companies. I hope you've had a chance to look at the handout, which is called Why Are Powell River's Gas Prices So High?, where you can see how much we know about gas prices. So, what we know is the rack rate, how much gas costs when it comes out of the pipeline or is refined in Vancouver. Taxes, federal, provincial, carbon, etc. And barging. A huge thank you to City Transfer, the barging company, for being open about what they charge for barging gas here. They didn't have to do that. And then there's what we don't know. We don't know how much ground transportation is in Vancouver. We don't know what our fuel importing costs are. And the one we're most familiar with, we don't know why gas stations charge what they charge or how much they charge. Together, we've already accomplished so much. Gas here dropped in November for the first time in months by as much as 15 cents a litre, saving the average Powell River family about $65 a month. That's because of your complaints to the BC Utilities Commission. About 20% of the complaints to the BC Utilities Commission for their gas pricing inquiry came from Powell River. That's an incredible accomplishment. Thank you to Powell River's many Facebook warriors who continue to put pressure on this issue. Thank you to the Vancouver-based media's attention to this. They're continuing to report on this. Global TV is here, and the Vancouver Sun and Province are also following our meeting today. And thank you to the work of MLA Nick Simons and MP Rachel Blaney. Together, we all triggered that drop in prices. However, Powell River gas prices probably still have far to drop. I'd like to take a moment to talk about why gas pricing matters. For some households, $100 a month won't be noticed much. It's what you'd spend on a dinner out or on a new sweater. For others, $100 might be a choice between sending their kids to a sports tournament out of town, or deciding not to do that, or paying their hydro bill, or buying their grandchildren Christmas gifts, or putting enough nutritious food in their fridge to stay full and healthy. This region has one of the lowest household incomes in the province, and about 1/3 of young kids here are being raised in poverty. Their parents should not be paying for somebody else's profits. The goal of this meeting is to give our 2 elected representatives as much ammunition as we can to fight on our behalf. MLA Nick Simons will ask the BC Utilities Commission to investigate Powell River gas pricing specifically, and MP Rachel Blaney will ask the Federal Competition Bureau to investigate local players for anti-competitive practices. Those are the 2 democratic tools at our disposal for fair fuel pricing: the BC Utilities Commission and the Competition Bureau. So I'd like to make a note about how I'm hoping this meeting will go. This is a small town. We all live together. And as much as we'd like to blame folks for our high gas prices, until we have official answers from the BC Utilities Commission and the Competition Bureau, we really don't know who or what is causing our high gas prices. As a journalist, I've learned over the years that a softer approach can manifest significant social change, while shaming people rarely does. So please, keep it civil. So I'd like to start by introducing Rachel Blaney. So Rachel Blaney was first elected in 2015 as a Member of Parliament for North Island Powell River. Prior to that, she was the Executive Director of the Immigrant Welcome Centre of North Vancouver Island. Under her leadership, the Centre won the Chamber of Commerce's Not-for-Profit of the Year award twice. In the House of Commons, Rachel holds the role for Critic of Veterans Affairs and is the newly appointed NDP Whip. Rachel continues to work hard for those who are often the most vulnerable, focusing on community-based, solution-focused options. Rachel is a strong advocate for including everyone involved in the decision-making process. Working and connecting with local community members, governments, and organizations, Rachel looks for practical and local solutions to the issues that arise. A repeat panelist on CTV's Power Play, Rachel has brought forth multiple issues facing Canadians, from her focus on the smaller, rural, and remote communities like the one she represents in North Island Powell River, to national-level seniors and veterans issues. Rachel uses her platform to make sure everyone's voices are heard. Welcome, Rachel.
Wow, I wish every introduction was as friendly as that one. I just want to start by thanking all of you so much for coming to be part of today's discussion. One of the things that I've learned in my over 4 years of public service is that when we come together, often that sort of momentum starts to make something move. And I'm just really grateful that you're here to help me push this forward. I want to thank all the participants here for all the work that they've done in organizing and making today's event happen, and of course the amazing people that work for me and Nicholas for making sure we had some great snacks as we came in. So today I'm here to listen and to hear some of those challenges, and the reality is I've been hearing them for a long time. Both here in Powell River and in the far northern part of Vancouver Island, the cost of gas is some of the highest across this country. And when you look at the specific challenges of our communities, where services are sometimes a lot farther away, sometimes it takes a ferry or two to get to those services, having all of those additional costs just make this cost even more heavy to bear. I've connected with a lot of constituents on this issue, and last Parliament, I wrote a letter and had conversations, multiple ones, with the minister. And what I said was, I've talked to a lot of constituents in my riding, and they've said to me, I'll never be happy about the cost of gas, but if I understood why it's so much more expensive here than it is just a ferry ride away or just a 2.5-hour drive away, I wouldn't be so frustrated. The point is, I don't understand why. And I will never be happy about the costs of gas prices, but understanding why it's higher here would make it at least be a little more transparent. So I talked to the minister and I wrote an official letter asking him to please do what the right thing is, and that is to ask the Competition Bureau to investigate these regions that are hit the hardest in our riding. The minister's response led me to believe that he thought this was not necessarily an urgent concern for his government. So that is really why I'm here today, because I think it's important that we assure the minister and this government federally that this is a very significant issue, because it is for us. And one of the challenges in more northern, rural, remote communities is they don't like to hear our voice because they think we're far away. And I've had a lot of interesting experiences where I've had to explain to people in Ottawa what it is to live here, and that there's actually ocean there, and you can only take a ferry, or you can only catch a plane to get off. So I really appreciate you being here to help me continue this work. So today when you came in, I want to thank you, so many of you who signed the petition. that we had federally. This will really help me bring forward the voices from this region and let the minister know that the constituents in my riding support the work that I'm doing on this issue. The other thing that was at the front was the little piece of paper. It's a form that has the Competition Bureau information on it and your the contact information. And I'm encouraging people to please send emails, send letters, give phone calls, because it's like so many other things in life. The squeaky wheel gets the oil or the gas lowered in cost. And I think that's something really important for us. You know, in the bit of reading that I've done on this, and thank you so much, Pieta, for doing so much work on identifying this issue in so many different ways and really getting to the crux of it. But when we look at the reality that Nunavut owns and regulates its own gasoline in their area, and as a result, their gas is lower than our gas costs here. So when we hear people say, it's the logistical region, it's the logistical nightmare of getting that product to you that is really the reason the cost is so high. I think we just have to look at our friends in Nunavut and realize that if they're able to do it, then there has to be a solution for our region as well. How is it that their gas costs, I think, are $1.25, and ours is so much higher? How is that even possible? So this is why this is so important. So today I'm here along with my friends to listen to you, to make sure that the voices that are heard here are heard in Ottawa. I'm happy to go talk to Minister Baines and share with him some of your stories. And together, I believe we can start to make some movement to find solutions. Thank you again for being here today.
This is Nicholas Simons, our MLA for Powell River Sunshine Coast. As our local MLA, Nicholas's role is to represent the interests, voices, and views of the people of Powell River to our provincial government. The provincial government oversees the BC Utilities Commission, which monitors energy and automotive services in BC. As of this fall, the province also oversees legislation requiring gas companies to disclose information about how they set their prices.
Thank you very much, Pieta, for being such a key part in making this happen. Thank you all for expressing your concerns. And as I sometimes say in politics, we need to have wind in our sails in order to get things accomplished. When I go to Victoria and I talk to the ministers, I need to be able to say it's not just me who thinks this is the community's perspective on this issue. And so let me just start by thanking you for being here, thanking Colin and Rachel and Pieta. I also want to acknowledge Rob and Druin. Druin works with Rachel and Rob works with me, and we just saw this as an important opportunity for people to express their real and justifiable concerns about an issue that impacts them. And it could be anger, but we're really here because of our resolve that we're not just going to put up with it. I don't make promises that I can't keep, but I'll tell you this, the ministry, the government knows of the concern of Powell River, and they know that it's not just the broad concern about the gas prices, but why is Powell River consistently subject to the highest price of gas? And it's, to me, I partly got into politics because of fairness, because of issues around fairness, and this seems to me an issue of fairness. I think we are being gouged, and I think we're being gouged more than other people are being gouged. So that's the perspective that I start with, and I also like to acknowledge that for protocol and for reasons of we respect and honor the Tla'amin people, and we are meeting here on their traditional land. I have a message from the Minister of Trades, Technology, something else. He wouldn't like the fact that trade, technology, and jobs. Thank you, Rob. Minister Ralston. I just call him Bruce, and he knows that we've arranged this meeting, and I asked him if he would just express